Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the new and exciting news that we have for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak on both the Nintendo Switch and on PC via Steam. And that's because today we're going to be checking out the very first Corruption Challenge or Dual Threat event quest that we have as part of the 4th free title update. Remember that a couple of weeks ago the update finally went live. A few days ago I put out a video covering pretty much all the 15 quests that are going to be part of this specific update. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description below if you haven't necessarily checked that out already. And this brand new event quest is part of the entire new batch of quests that are pretty much going to be challenging in one way or another, and they're going to be providing hunters something of a new experience if you haven't necessarily done any of these new dual threat quests. If you still don't necessarily know how to get any of these downloadable contents, all you need to do is make your way down to the Steelworks or to Elgato, speak to the courier cat, go all the way down to the add-ons options and claim anything that's labeled in white, be it free downloadable packs, free event quests, or anything along those lines. One of those should be the Master Rank 6-star quest called Dual Threat Seething Chaos. This one is a quest where you are fighting in the Flooded Forest versus a Seething Betelgeuse and a Chaotic Gore Magala. Now both of these monsters will be roaming about just about carefree in their own environment. No real dangers there. They are not going to be tied to an arena, which is interestingly enough in a dual threat. Most of the dual threats we have received so far are usually arena bound. This one is not. Now, the monster that was roaming in the quest that we did was a Rajang. That might change depending on the quest that you end up getting. Maybe it's RNG based or maybe just that Rajang is locked. So making sure that you go grab them to kind of just harass the other monsters, do that hyper beam attack and do extra free 999 damage on any monster, whether it is the Seething Betelgeuse or Chaotic Gore Magala, is always a good idea, since Rajang is one of those monsters you want to take advantage of whenever mounting, since he does massive damage. Now, as far as these two monsters are concerned, they don't seem to have any different parameters. They don't have different resistances or high resistances. Their health seems to be about the same, if not maybe lower, since you're fighting two of them essentially at the same time roaming about the map. They don't hit any harder or anything like that. Chaotic Gore Magala always hits hard, so you know, even the anomaly investigation version of this thing is a menace, but the normal version of him already hits pretty dang hard, so you're going to be getting walloped a little bit. Seething Betelgeuse, normal version of him, is not a danger at all. Shouldn't be if you have at the very least one Pierce Gunner, and you know, they're going to go down relatively easy. So this quest is not really up for the challenge that the dual threat moniker is seeming to be implied. This has now been going on for about 2 free title updates where we've got these type of quests. They're supposed to be more challenging than others, but in realistic fashion, that's not really the way it's been handled. Now, the way they are kind of wording this one when it comes to the quest is that you're dealing with these two, corrupted creatures, even though they are not anomaly investigations. So, they are, weird in their own way. They are extremely angry for their own reasons, lore-wise, of course, but not really anything else. Now, one of the things that you do need to keep your eyes peeled for, of course, is that at the very least, while the quest may be a little bit disappointing, the rewards maybe will not be, depending on who you ask. And that is because if you keep your eyes peeled once the quest is done, make sure you check out the quest bonus rewards tab. This will be the third tab from the top down, and you're looking for a rarity 10 white piece of paper called Fluffy Ticket. It says that's awarded for beating the oncoming calamity and deformed creatures used to craft warm layer armor. So essentially, as you take down this quest, chances are you're just going to get one. Good thing is that you're only going to need one. You're not going to need multiple of this fluffy tickets, because once you make down to the Steelworks or Elgato and speak to the smithy, you need to basically go to Forge Armor, tab to the right for the special armor, and there you should be able to see the Snowy Cahoot ear muffs. These will simply require the fluffy ticket you just obtained and a Seething Betelgeuse Scorching Silver Wing. On top of that, you're going to need about 6 points worth of rare materials from Chaotic Gore Magala. You should be able to have some of those, whether it is through just farming him normally or just obtaining them through this normal quest. And that should be giving you more than enough materials to go ahead and craft your brand new earmuffs, snowy earmuffs for layered armor headpiece. Now these were featured, I believe, in the presentation itself. It was the only layered piece I believe they showed, because there are 2 more coming. I believe they cover those in the most recent video where I spoke about all the 15 event quests that are coming, on top of all the armor sets and all of that. So therefore, this is, I believe, the only one that they showcase, but you know, it is what it is. I'm sure fashion hunters will be able to come up with different versions of this armor and kind of like mix it up with other sets already, but is nothing really to stand out. Again, the fact that these armor pieces don't really have skills or anything along those lines is a little bit disappointing, but at the end of the day, you know, layered armor is at the very least something better than stickers or stamps or guild card titles or anything along those lines. So therefore, if hunters are looking for something to do, the quest is decent enough, not really as challenging as it should have been, but you know, is better than nothing. But that's pretty much all the information that I have for you guys today. Certainly looking forward to putting out a video in a few days where I'm going to be discussing pretty much every single bit of information that we have found through the mines already. Pretty much all the data mining has kind of been done regarding this specific update. There will be more details to be found, of course, at a later date. If there is a hotfix patch, we are expecting one at the very least on the PlayStation side of things. But of course, that is just for base Rise. We don't expect there to find any sort of information regarding free title updates on the base PlayStation version as of right now. You never really know. But there has been some discussion, I believe, on social media regarding PlayStation getting a hotfix patch addressing a couple of issues, and save corruption on PlayStation is actually being addressed by Capcom, which is interesting. They are not choosing to do that, or at the very least, they can't do that on PC Steam as of yet for whatever reason. They have not been able to nail that down. I believe on Xbox that issue has not been so prevalent, since you do have two ways to back up your saves. One manually through the system and another one through the clouds. And it seems like at the very least on Microsoft's end, the way that they handle cloud saves backups is that if you have not uploaded a pretty much a backup of your save as of recently as like the last 24 hours, it would just simply not touch any like previous save, and your local version not necessarily loading up won't harm or get in the way of your cloud version save. So therefore, players on Xbox have not experienced that much save corruption issues because they are like protected through the cloud. I guess the cloud versions on Xbox work a little bit different than they do everywhere else. Therefore, you know, you are not seeing players, you know, go through that issue. You still end up seeing players report that there might be having issues, but usually, you know, it gets sorted out once they check out the cloud version save backup and they restore their save, no problem. So, you know, that has been an ongoing issue for PC Steam. It was originally for the Nintendo Switch, that was fixed, and now PlayStation users have been, you know, getting tagged with that issue as well. But that's about all the information that I have for you guys today. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.